Hello, I'm going to explain how to install ffmpeg. So you require two things. You require a Windows operating system to follow this guide. If you don't have Windows, you can figure it out on your own. Then you also require a form of archiving tool. I like to use WinRAR. Okay, so the first step in this guide is to download ffmpeg directly from ffmpeg.org. So you can just type that in your web browser, and that would take you. Let's have a look. That would take you there. Okay. Once you're here, you have to go to the download tab, and then you have to look for the version that you need. So we are using Windows operating system, so we'll be installing this version of ffmpeg. As you can see, it also supports Linux and OS X. Please look into Linux if you have no idea what that even is. Yes. Okay. So in any case, but this guide is about the Windows guide. So under Windows, click on this hyperlink here, which takes us to the download site. Now there are older versions available, as you can see at the bottom, for 64-bit and 32-bit, but this one is sufficient, so we can just click on just download the 32-bit static build. Okay, and here we are prompted to save the file, so let's save that. Okay, we're back, and here we see it's done downloading. So we just open that location, and here's our download. So what we need to do is we need to extract this file. So I right click on it and I say extract to this following folder, which is going to name ffmpeg and then the rest of that. It's busy extracting. Okay, so I kind of skipped ahead. That was step 2, extract the downloaded files. Step 3, navigate to the bin directory. So what this means is you have to open the folders that you just extracted and look for a folder called bin. So let's do that. So we go into that folder, and here we see the bin directory. Okay, so what does the guide say? Step 4, copy the following 3 files to windir/system32. Now the reason I wrote it like this is because I don't know what partition you have installed Windows on. It might not be on C, it might be on something else. In any case, doesn't matter. But just go to your Windows directory and then to System32. If you want, you can just type it in exactly as I have it here, in command prompt or in run. So I like to do it in run. So we'll copy that, open my run with Windows and R, paste it and open that. Okay, now you are in C Windows System32. This is the folder that you need to paste those 3 files in: ffmpeg exe, ffplay exe, and ffprobe exe. But you actually don't need these 2 here, just need that one. So let's go to our folder. So we copy these 3 files, oops, like that, and we paste it in the System32. Now make sure you don't actually right click on one of the files and say paste, because that's going to paste in that folder. So you just want to paste it within the System32 folder. So we paste that. Just said we need permissions to paste it within this folder. Say we allow that, and we have, if we have a look now, there are the 3 files now within our System32 folder. Now this step is actually completely unnecessary. You don't even need to do this whole step right here. But this is going to make using ffmpeg a lot more convenient, because this would allow you to run this command or this program from any directory on your computer. In fact, if you take any executable file and you place it within your System32 folder, you would be able to run that executable from command prompt from any folder on the computer. Now there's another way of doing this, but I would not discuss that in this guide. So, on to the next guide, which is how to use ffmpeg.